Great win, great effort by our guys. Um, got off to a little bit of a slow start. We had a couple mistakes. Our offense was a little clanky to start the game, but really proud of our guys' urgency, their discipline. I thought the crowd was phenomenal. Crowd got into it. Students were here right before Thanksgiving. Guys who didn't go home, that was awesome. And so, I thought that was they're a really good offensive team now. They're top 25, top 30 offense in the country. I thought we did a really, really nice job. We were swarming the ball, blocking shots, and our whole key was to win in the paint. Everybody their threes get a lot of notoriety. They just bludgeon you in the paint. 33 is a load down in the paint. 6'11", 7'5" wingspan. And we did a great job on him, keeping them from throwing their mountain stuff over the top. And you got to sweat. I mean, our guys did an unbelievable job just with their discipline and their focus on him. And so I thought Xavier played great to get us going in the first half. He kind of picked up our offense. I mean, what more can you say about Tari? I mean, every game he's just brings his lunch pail. He's talented. He makes things happen. And I love the fact, he missed that dunk. He comes right back, gets another steal, goes and dunks it again. I mean, that's awesome. And I tell him all the time, if you're going to make a mistake, make an aggressive mistake. And he was all frustrated. I said, bro, that was an aggressive mistake. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Just keep going all out. And so I thought he did a really nice job. I thought Brandon Murray was tremendous, made some shots. And so just proud of our guys. I can say it now because it don't sound like an excuse, but we've been sick. We hadn't had guys that have practiced the last couple of days. We had some guys really, really step up. When we had 2 and 3 starters that have not been right, and we had to put IVs in, and one of them didn't practice for 2 days. And so, I don't want to sound like an excuse if we had lost, but we had some guys step up and make things happen. So just a great win, and now we got to turn the page. As I told the team this, we've been awful in these early season tournaments. We hadn't won one of these since we've been here. We've won a lot of games. We've done a lot of stuff. We've been horrific in these early season tournaments. We can't win. We got beat by Florida State in overtime. We got beat by Utah State. We've just not been good. And so this is another thing that we've got to get right. And we got to go to Destin, and we got to be locked in, and we got to be ready for Penn State on Friday night at 6 o'clock. Because quite frankly, this is one area that we've got to improve in if we want to be the program that we want to be. And that was the message to the team. That's going to be the message the next couple of days as we get ready to go to Destin. So.
Yeah, we were just talking to Xavier, and he said this is a new LSU team that we feed off of our defense.
Xavier.
Xavier, that's my bad.
His mom gets mad if we don't call him Xavier. It's Xavier.
Gotcha.
Ain't that right, Kent?
You got it. Just through 5 games, I mean, just how impressed or how just really great are you about the start on defense?
Solid. I mean, this was a huge test tonight. This was a huge test. They're a really, really good offensive team. I thought our discipline, our urgency was really good. I thought we were locked into what we needed to do, and, we swarmed that ball. Get 15 steals against them was really good. It's great how we feed off the crowd, and so I thought it was a good defensive performance. And quite frankly, if we didn't have guys out there messing around at the end, we wouldn't have given up 50. I was not real pleased about that, but because every possession counts when you get into the Ken Palm and all this other stuff. Every possession counts, and but we did a great job defensive rebounding tonight too. They didn't get one tip out. Their leading offensive rebounder the last 3 years has been Murphy, the point guard, because they just tipped the ball out to him. So we had our hands up where we couldn't let them tip the ball out, which was huge. Good attention to detail by our players.
Coach, if I could ask you one quick question and then a follow-up. I think some of the football players were sick too. Is there something that was going around as far as a bug or?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know football players were sick.
Okay. How would you describe Tari's game? What does he bring to the table in his versatility and everything?
I mean, first off, he's a hard worker. That's where it starts. He's an extremely, extremely, extremely hard worker. He's always in the gym. He's been in the gym since the day he got here. When you combine hard work and unbelievable talent, he's a talented, talented player. And we can get him mismatches, and he can just drive that thing. He gets to the rim and can make things happen. He's a live body. He's active. And, when you play as hard as he does and you're as talented as he is, good things happen, and he's just a workhorse, and I mean that in the best way. He's just a blue collar, lunch pail, and he does all that. Most of those guys, when you use those words to describe somebody, are like non-skilled and just kind of, he has all that with skill. And wait till he's a really good three-point shooter. I know his percentage don't show it right now, and I told him, you've gotten so much better from three. We just got to clean up some of the looks that he's taken from three. Wait till he's going to blow the cover off things when he starts making all these threes. He's going to be a 35, 38% three-point shooter by the end of the year. And when he does that, he's going to be almost impossible. He is capable of doing that, and he's going to bust out. And like you saw, he's 2 of 5 in the nickel scrimmage. Like, that's what he can do from three. But he's a phenomenal player and a phenomenal worker. I love him.
Will, you mentioned earlier this season having Efton Reed in the middle, something you've lacked. So that's probably helping your defense. But the kind of effort you saw like tonight, like the double block that went into the court, it's not just one player.
Oh, no, and Wani helps our defense. Fudge chases things down. I mean, Gaines is good.
How have you affected that change to where you're
look,
more effort on defense?
Look, we had to adjust what we do. We had to adjust what we do in practice. We had to adjust, things that we do. We've played defense. I've played defense like that before at other places, and we had to play to the strengths of our team. And, we've spent a lot of time getting that corrected. And like I said, guys, the defense hadn't been nearly as bad as everybody thinks. It's the rebounding. We beat the brakes off of them on the glass. We beat them, 15 on the glass? They had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds. We were forcing teams to miss shots. We couldn't rebound the damn ball. When you can force them to miss shots and you rebound the ball, it's pretty good. And our switching's gotten tighter. Our switching's better. Our X-outs are better. We're just a little bit quicker with a lot of what we're doing. And then it starts, you got Gaines and Penson that can put pressure on that ball and heat that ball up. And then you got the goalie in the back line. You got somebody like Tari who's got instincts and Wani who's got instincts. Fudge, his stat line didn't show tonight. He played so hard. It made so many little plays and little things. Like, he did a great job. So when you got all that, you can be good defensively.
You kind of touched on it at the very beginning, but just, I guess, previewing the tournament in Florida.
We got to be better. We hadn't been very good in the tournaments. We got beat by Florida State in overtime after we beat Charleston. We gave away the Utah State game. It's like I told our guys, we've won a lot of games. We've won the SEC. We've done a lot of stuff here. We have been terrible in these early season tournaments. And so we got to go there we got to go there on a mission, on purpose, to win the thing. And to win the thing, you got to win the first one. And so, we got to put everything we got into Friday against Penn State, a good team from the Big Ten. They'll have athletes and bodies that look like ours. And so we've got to be better in these environments. And we haven't been. And we got to get that thing changed starting on Friday.
The defense has stifled their most challenging opponent so far this season. They gave up 58 against Liberty, 53 against Belmont. Obviously, they're going to have tougher opponents during this tournament. How confident are you that defensive dominance is going to carry over into this tournament?
Well, I hope it will. Belmont, now, what we did tonight, Belmont's a top 30 offense, borderline top 25 offense. This was not some bye game that we just dominated. Like, they are the real deal. They're going to win 25-plus games. Like, they are the real deal. And so, if we keep playing hard and we had better attention to detail, better discipline today, and we've still had too many lapses, in my opinion, and we're going to go back and get those lapses fixed on Wednesday because we gave up too much in transition. We didn't jam the ball. We let them throw it over top because we're celebrating. Our second line guy can't get there. Like, we gave up 7 points on that. And so we got to get that fixed. But the biggest thing we've taken away is the second chance points with the rebounding. That's the story.
The points you figured to get from Miller, how pleased are you or not, and what you're seeing from the players who are?
We got good players. I told them all when he went down. Every single one of you. This is why we recruit well. Every single one of you is a good player. People just don't know who you are. People knew who he was because he was at Illinois last year, and he's a hell of a player now. Adam Miller is a hell of a player. Hell of a player. But we got other good players. Brandon Murray's a damn good player. You know, and Wani's a good player. Fudge is a good player. Gaines is a good player. Penson's a good player. Then the three bigs, obviously Days, Eason, I mean, and Reed. I mean, we got really, really good players. Let's not get that twisted. Colbert's going to be a good player for us. You know, we got. Wait till you see Justice Williams now. Real player now. Real player. Like we've got really good guys. And just you don't know who they are. I mean, I'd said after the season, everybody gets all excited about the transfer portal. The biggest thing is keeping the guys that you want to keep. We don't even have Sharif healthy. Sharif was playing his best basketball before he got hurt. All right? But, I mean, we knew how good Eric Gaines was. I asked Eric Gaines to do something last year. He ain't very good at it. I put him in a bad spot. He can't play in spurts he can't play in 2 and 3 minute spurts. You got to let him loose and let him go. That's why you couldn't get the defensive deflections. You couldn't get the offensive driving to the basket. I didn't put him in a right spot last year. I knew that. I knew once we gave him 20-plus minutes, he was going to just take off. And, you know, you got him, and Wani's improved. And Fudge is talented. Days has obviously improved a ton. I mean, look how good Eason is. Eason's putting up better numbers than us than he did at Cincinnati. Because he works and so we've got good guys. People just didn't know who they were. Everybody was and Adam, like I said, Adam, if we had him, whoo. But he's because you talk about somebody that can guard now too. He doesn't like to switch. He'd be blowing everything up. I'm like, Adam, you're not at Illinois. We're not in the Big Ten. We switch here. Like we switch. He'd be blowing stuff up and knocking people in the middle of next week. And I said, it's going to be a foul in this league. I know it wasn't in the league you came from, but I mean, he can defend, and I mean, he's a great two-way player. And his recovery's going great. He was in there today doing 3 hours worth of therapy. He's attacking that recovery as best you can, and he watches all the videos. I send the point guards on the ball screen reads, and he'll question. I mean, he's learning a lot of basketball, but these other guys, people act like, they're good players. They were highly recruited. We beat other really good high major teams for every single one of them. It's not like we just picked them off a street corner and just drove around in a van and said, hey, come on, let's play intramurals or something. I mean, like they're really, really good players. How do you follow that up?
No. The implication was not that they're not good players, but
I know.
A lot of people were saying he's going to be your leading scorer, so you've had to fill in with other players. Sounds like you're pleased with our.
Well, we were going to be like this. We were going to be like this anyway. The team shares the ball. We move the ball. We keep the defense behind the ball. It all starts with the point guard play. X is a steady hand. Gaines is quick, and I love bringing. We bring Gaines and Tari off the bench, and it's like boom. It just changes everything. And then Days was SEC Player of the Week this week. He's playing tremendous. Got hit in the eye and kind of knocked him off tonight, but he'll bounce back and he'll be good to go. So, it was just a team effort, collective effort, and it's one thing about us. We're gonna have different guys that are leading scorers. We're gonna have different guys that step up every night, and it makes you tough to guard. All right. Happy Thanksgiving.